Why is it so hard to be honest with ourselves? And what do we mean when we speak about truth? I thought we would dig a bit deeper in that. You're listening to Consciousness in Me, and my name is Josephine. And today I'm recording straight from reality. My neighbor is doing some remodeling, and the kindergarten outside of my window is very much alive today. So if there's any odd noises coming through, well, you know what it might be. Anyway, being honest with ourselves. Why can it be so hard? I find this in myself over and over again, as well as in my clients and friends and, well, everyone. But I think the paradox is this, that we want to live up of a script that we have of ourselves, and at the same time be honest. And then it's like we get stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because if those things are diverging, if I realize that no, I'm acting from jealousy, I'm coming from not wanting to be seen as a selfish person, then I cannot really see the details in reality that might be indicating that right now I have some jealousy going on and that filter on. And that makes it very hard to see the truth. There is this phrase that says, you cannot make a man see something when his dignity depends on him not seeing it. Basically, we want to distort reality just a little bit so we can still hold on to the image we have of ourselves. But here's the thing, that's impossible. It's not going to happen. And Adyashanti, a contemporary spiritual teacher coming from Zen Buddhism, he says that enlightenment or awakening is a destructive process. It will rip you of everything you have. And that includes our self-image. That includes that persona of having reached or having achieved something. No, that's gotta go. And for me personally, it's been a journey to discover these places in myself that are not so photogenic. That's not something I'd like to put on a billboard and say, this is me, this is who I am. But the thing is, we're all human. So basically, any force that makes someone do something is alive in me as well. I am capable of feeling everything that any other human is capable of feeling. And that includes hatred. That includes jealousy, selfishness. I cannot hold an image that I'm better than someone else. Yes, I might have not acted out the way they did, but why I didn't, it's not really up to me. It's not because I'm a better person than anyone else. It's just that life had the grace of making it not come out in destructive ways. Some people have a coping strategy of acting it out, and other people have a strategy of collapsing, of aiming it inwards. It's still a destructive force. And if we're not willing to see those parts in ourselves, to look at ourselves clearly, to even pay attention to those not so charming parts of ourselves, we cannot stay loyal to truth. So at some point in this journey of awakening, of unraveling what's actually going on inside of us, I think it's inevitable that you come to a crossroad. And there you have to decide whether to go with truth or to keep up an image of yourself. And that has consequences, because if you diverge from truth, you can't find the peace of your true nature. You have to keep something hidden from yourself if you choose to uphold an image of yourself. And that might sound terrifying, but that's the true freedom. That's when curiosity can truly blossom. because we don't have to hide anything from ourselves. We're okay with us not being perfect. We're okay with us not always coming across in the way that we want to. And here's the thing, like awakening sometimes sounds like a beautiful process, like an unraveling, and you get in contact with peace and with bliss. And yes, but it's also a gruesome, brutal journey that tears down all the patterns of comfort that you've built for yourself. And that can be quite destabilizing. And that means crying. That means screaming, fetal position on the floor, feeling like you might be going crazy, like you have no idea what you're doing. And that's part of it, but that's not really what's usually broadcasted out. It's easy to say that we want to stick with truth as long as it's in line with us looking peaceful and calm and knowledgeable and balanced and fair. But what about when our conditioning is not so charming? Do we still want to stick with truth? Are we ready to meet our own shame of how we handle situation? Are we ready to meet the unlovableness that is behind some of our contractions in the body, some of the words that come out of our mouth? Are we ready to actually listen to someone when they mirror back something to us that is not a charming thing? Are we willing to see that fear is actually the thing holding us back right now? And we can continue to follow that, but are we ready to see it? Truth doesn't necessarily means that we have to change a pattern. Truth requires to see the pattern. Changing it, well, that's another step. We might want to do that because once we've seen a pattern, it kind of loses its grip on us. If I know that my judgment of other people isn't really about them, it's about saving my own self-image, it loses a lot of its power. Staying truthful with ourselves, choosing truth. We cannot live in alignment if we deny truth, if we deny what's actually going on in ourselves, if we don't go to those shadow parts that we've suppressed, to those shadow parts that we wish weren't there. When we can love them, we can set them free. That's such a cliche, but that's the actual work. Once you actually go there, it's not a cliche anymore. It's tears, it's fears, it's contraction, it might be shaking. And we don't have to do it alone. We don't have to take it all in one day. It's an unfoldment, one step closer to truth at a time. Maybe the first step is reaching out to someone, saying that you want help. You want help with seeing your own truth. You need support in facing yourself. That's also truth. That's realizing that right now this is a bit too much for me on my own. I need someone to hold my hand, someone to reassure me, someone to remind me of my own resources, my own strength, that I actually have nothing to fear inside of me. Because I am already whole. I am already lovable. I'm already valuable. None of that is ever at stake. But that's easy to forget once we open that door and take a peek at those sides we don't want to acknowledge. Staying truthful to ourselves. And the thing is, the more we do it, the easier it becomes. It becomes a joy. It's like a deep sigh of release, of finally being able to see ourselves clearly, to let go of this tension that builds up, because that's what it is. When we try to hide ourselves from ourselves, we build up tensions in our systems, in our bodies, and then we need to carry that. And actually, if you're really alert in the morning, you can almost feel yourself putting up the defenses inside of you. You can feel the tissue almost contracting a little bit, as though you like put on the suit of being you. And part of that is making sure that you do not see these parts of yourself that aren't aligned with how you wish the world to see you, how you wish yourself to see you. But that's where freedom is, when you're no longer afraid of being seen in a certain way, when you're no longer afraid to discover parts of yourself, hatred, shame, nervousness. When you're not afraid to face those things because they're not a threat to you, they're just part of your inner sphere, it's not so frightening anymore. It's a discovering journey. Almost like going through your closet and see what's actually there and what can you get rid of, what can you let go of. Yeah. I think this episode was just a celebration to that. To choose truth and what that looks like in a more gruesome way without it just being written on the wall. Choosing truth in every moment in our everyday life. When we interact with the world, when we're in our relationships. Not reinforcing our contractions, not reinforcing shielding off ourselves from ourselves. Mm-hmm. What did this episode awaken in you? Please share in the comments, and warmly welcome to join me on the next journey. See you next time.